Hi, it's Lynn. Welcome to Saturday morning live from Medano Beach in Cabo. We're at the Office Restaurant, our usual spot every Saturday. Today, since we're starting a little early, I thought I'd get up and pan around so that you can see where we are here. And yes, it is spring break. You can see there are a few people up early, but it's a beautiful day. And unlike 15 minutes later, coming at 8:30 instead of 8:15, the audience, my studio audience, the restaurant is normally completely full by then. And now, you know, it's a few minutes makes a big difference. So I think I'm going to try starting earlier from now on, getting here earlier, and that way there won't be so much noise. And I also brought my battery with me from my lavalier mic, so I'll take that with me when I leave here and do my grocery shopping, and hopefully somewhere in this town I'm going to be able to find a battery so that I can use a microphone. That will make all the difference, I would assume. So, starting two new things this morning. First, I'm going to do what's new in Cabo, because since I live in a place that people go on vacation, and you know, I was an expat here all through the 90s, and now I've been back for going on 6 years. I thought people might want to know a little bit, just tidbits about what's happening here in Cabo. And also, I'm going to do a little segment of things I learned this week before we get into our new topic. So, starting with what's new in Cabo, we are getting street signs after 3 years. It's been more than 3 years since Hurricane Odile came through and knocked out a lot of the street signs. For the old people that have been here, didn't make much difference to us because we lived here when there were no street signs anyway, so it was no big deal. And the funny thing is, sometimes it's very confusing because there are names that are so similar in the first place. It's easier to just give directions based on, remember when this place used to be over here, where you go up that street 2 blocks and then you turn when you see this green building. And so that's pretty much how we still give directions, but we are going to have street signs, so that'll be something new. They're also installing a lot of cameras on the highway. So they tried installing cameras around town once before, but they didn't stay in working condition very long. So we're getting more modern improvements here, things that people take for granted, and certainly in the US, Canada, and other places in the world. But and moving on to what I learned this week. What did I write down here? Oh, I learned to not second guess what I'm doing too quickly. For example, on Monday I sent out my daily email, and I did a subject line that was a little different, and it was Spanish rice and fear of change. And I thought, okay, either people are totally going to ignore that, or it will pique their interest and they'll be more likely to open the email. And at first the numbers were down on the opens, and I thought, oh, I guess they don't appreciate my sense of humor. And then when I posted it on my blog, it seemed like it was low too. And I thought, well, the Spanish rice was not in there. I changed the title a little bit for something appropriate for a blog post. And I thought, maybe people just don't want to hear about fear of change. I thought, well, maybe I should have titled it something more positive, because the content was good and I want to make sure that people see it. So while I'm second guessing everything, 2 days later, it ends up being one of the most open and most looked at from tracking it on my blog. So I spent a lot of time second guessing something that maybe I was reacting too quickly. One of the things I didn't do in my business before, first time around, was I didn't track numbers. I just did what I did by the seat of my pants. I didn't track where my income was coming from as far as speaking, products, classes, my own live events. I didn't track any of those things. So I also didn't keep any metrics on what was going on in my business. I just wanted nothing to do with numbers at all. And so this time around, I swore that I would learn and pay closer attention. But I'm also learning that I don't have to maybe micromanage things so much. The other thing was I saw a live Facebook with Diane Conklin earlier this week, and she was talking about, that you have your Facebook, you have blog, you have email, you have Facebook ads, whatever kind of marketing it is that you're doing. I can't remember exactly what she said. Those are the legs to your stool, but then you want to tie all those legs together to make them even stronger. So, cross-pollinate. Talk to your email audience about what you're doing on your blog. Talk to them about your Facebook Live. Talk to them in your blog about the fact that you do a daily email. All this stuff cross-pollinated. I thought, okay, that's another thing that I need to get better at. And I decided that in the future, I'm going to look at taking my articles and also converting them to audios for a podcast and video to put on YouTube. And then I saw an email from Eric Lofholm where he's doing the exact same thing. So I think either I'm just paying more attention or that more people are looking at repurposing their content for different audiences on different places through different delivery methods of however someone likes to take in information, whether it's reading or live video or podcast, whatever it is. So that's what I learned this week. So, I can never see, so I hope that you're enjoying the beach and not just seeing my head taking up all the space. Oh, I can see that Travis Greenlee is here. Hi, Travis. Is it still ski season in Steamboat, or is it starting to melt up there? I always enjoy seeing your pictures of the snow. And I see that Kara O is here too from the mainland of Mexico. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the beach this morning. The main thing I wanted to talk about today was the intertwining of work-life balance or life-work balance or just balance in a day, in a week, in life in general. All kind of comes together. I've always said that I've never believed that there is such a thing as work-life balance, that it's impossible to have everything in your life be balanced all at the same time. But in general, I don't really think that's what the term means anymore. I think it's taken on a new meaning of more be aware that you have a life and that you're not just working all the time. And it came up for me this week because I had a friend that said, wow, I really haven't seen the whales this year at all because I'm spending so much time in my office staring at my computer that I'm not going outside and looking at the whales. And that's something that it's easy to get caught up in. You get up in the morning and you do your morning routine, then you take your cup of coffee, you go into your office, and you don't come out until it's dark. I've always been someone that takes lots of breaks, and back years ago, I had 2 dogs that insisted that I take breaks. If I was sitting at my computer for a couple hours, then my dogs would come and they'd start pawing at me. And then if I didn't pay attention, they'd start barking at me until I got up and went outside, and we'd walk around the yard, walk around the pool, sit in the sun for a few minutes or whatever. And now I just know, after all these years, I've gotten in the habit of, if not every hour, at least every 2 hours, to get up and go outside. I don't work in an office because I want to have a view. So I either work on my laptop on my bed. My bedroom has the same view as my living room, so it has a great view. And that way the dogs can relax, and I can spread out my laptop, my iPad, my phone, any legal pads and other stuff that I've got all working at the same time. So it makes it easier. Otherwise, I'll go upstairs on my rooftop patio and sit up there. And I have a couple different places I can work from there, depending on the time of day and if the sun's in my way or not. But it's important to remember all day long that there's still a world out there when you raise your eyes up from your computer. So whether it's getting outside for 5 minutes every couple hours and smelling the roses, or playing with your dog, or whatever it is, make sure that you do that. The other thing is, I saw a quote graphic, and I don't remember what day it was this week, that said something about that entrepreneurs are people that will work 80 hours a week to avoid having a 40-hour-a-week job. And at first, it was one of those knowing smiles. It's like, yep, you know, I took that to mean that we'll do whatever it takes to not have to get a job. Because, you know, for most of us, it's the fact that we're not cut out to be employees. We don't do well working for other people. But on the other hand, I thought, you know what? I've never, even when I did have a job, I've never been the kind of person that would work 80 hours a week. I can't even imagine that. I never even liked working 40 hours a week. I've always been consciously creating my life to fit the lifestyle that I wanted to have. And I would find a way to do that, even within the constraints of working a supposedly, you know, regular 9-to-5 job, working for someone else. I always made it happen. I was always able to travel way more than the 2 or 4 weeks a year that people would get for vacations. So you'd be surprised what you can do, even if you still have a regular job, if you really set your mind to it, and if it's an important part of your life. It's something that I started teaching this in 2005 when a guy by the name of Drew Miles asked me to speak at his event, and he said, you know, I want you to talk about how people can combine their personal life and their business life and creating products and bring it all together to give them life and financial freedom. And I said, well, okay. And I thought, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I said, you're already doing it. You're already teaching all these pieces. Just put them all together. And I said, okay, that's what I do. I put things into systems. So I created the Entrepreneur's Blueprint for Financial Freedom, was what it was originally named. And I taught that for years and years and years, and it was very successful, helping people to map out what they wanted their business to look like, because it's important to create a business that flows from your life. The purpose of your business is to facilitate the life that you want to create, right? not a business that's going to take over your life, a business that's going to be the gas in the tank of the life that you're creating. So that also means that first you have to have a blueprint for the life that you want to create. That's also another course that I teach, Blueprints for Life. It's important that you map out exactly what you want your ageless lifestyle to look like. And the interesting thing that I found working for people on this for years and years and years now is that as soon as you get clear on exactly what's important to you and exactly what you want your ageless life to look like, you'd be surprised to what extent you can start living that now or in a very short period of time. It doesn't take a complete transformation or changing job or moving somewhere else or anything else to make it happen. There is always a percentage of what you're looking for that you can make small tweaks in the way you're living now and start living that life that you want to have. I love doing that with people. That's so much fun for me to help people create their lives, create their business, or maybe just tweak and restructure a little bit the way they're doing their life or their business, or both, to make it work the way you really want it to be. You know, living here in Cabo, people spend a whole year planning their next vacation. There's a Facebook group here that has more than 10,000 people in it now that are addicted to Cabo. They look at pictures of it. They keep a list of new restaurants that are opening and new activities, so that they've got their running list of things to do on their next vacation, so they don't miss anything. How many people put that kind of time and effort into planning their life? Very few. And yet, our life is what we live 52 weeks a year. So it seems kind of crazy to be so focused on 1 week a year and ignore the other 51. Maybe we wouldn't need that 1 week in Cabo on vacation, or Hawaii, or wherever it is, if we spent more time carefully crafting the blueprint for the life that we really want to live. So think about that. If it's something that you want help with, I'm happy to work with you on that. So it can be difficult to do on your own. It's something that comes very easily to me, and I love doing it. So if you have any questions or want to talk to me, you're welcome to connect with me at any time in Facebook or by email, or however it is that we're connected, that you arrived here. And I also can see now that Kelly Rudolph is here watching, so Kelly, thank you for being here. Oh, right on time. My breakfast just got here. So I will sign off for now. Hope you enjoyed this and enjoyed a few minutes at the beach. I'll talk to you next week. See you soon. Bye.
I do like my